Hey guys, I'm cmasupra and welcome to another Company of Heroes 2 multiplayer video. Right off the bat in this video, I want to ask you guys a question. Do you guys mind it when I spoil the ending of a game at the beginning of a video? Do you guys mind when I spoil the game like that? Because sometimes I do spoil it and sometimes I don't spoil it, but I've never really known if you guys mind when I spoil it or not. Most of the time when I do spoil it, it's to teach you something about the game because I can't really teach it without spoiling the game. But at the same time, spoiling it does kind of ruin the suspense and the fun of watching the video and watching the game. So, I don't know if you guys mind it when I spoil it or not, but let me know if you guys do mind when I spoil the game or spoil the ending of the game at the beginning of a video. But anyways, for this game, I will not be spoiling the ending because for this game, it was very close for quite a while in this game, like maybe the last 5 minutes, which is a pretty long time in Company of Heroes 2. Were really, really close, and I don't want to spoil that. There's no way I'm spoiling this, and there's nothing I need to teach in this video that would require me to spoil the ending. So, anyways, I won't be spoiling this game. So I'm playing as the Germans, my opponent is the Russians, and we are playing on Moscow Outskirts. It's this map again, one of the biggest and most open 1v1 maps in the game. I actually kind of like this map. I kind of like all the maps, really. Yeah, I really like all the maps. There aren't really any maps that I hate, unlike in Company of Heroes 1, where there were some maps that I hate, but that's because they're not really targeted at the competitive level, which is more what I'm at. Not in terms of skill, but in terms of playstyle. But anyways, like I said, playing on Moscow Outskirts, good map, I like it. I've done a normal start for Germans because I have my single Pioneer squad, and then I built two Grenadier squads out of Tier 1. And then the third unit coming out of Tier 1 is an MG, and my fourth unit will be a mortar. That's really my standard build as the Germans in the early game. What I do after that really depends on what my opponent brings out, what I feel like doing for my main strategy. Sometimes I go for a quick tier 2, sometimes I go for a quick tier 3, sometimes I'm feeling gutsy and stupid and go for a quick tier 4, which is really not quick at all. Um, so it really depends on what I decide to do for my strategy. Um, that's really what determines what I build after my mortar. Sometimes they also change out the mortar for a Grenadier squad, so I have 3 Grenadier squads and 1 MG, rather than 2 Grenadier squads, an MG, and a mortar. But in this case, I'm building an MG and then a mortar as my 4th unit. Over here on the right side, I have a skirmish between some Pioneers and Engineers. Now, my opponent earlier in the game, as you may have seen as we were chatting in text, he was saying he's a noob at this game. He was level 16 in Company of Heroes 1, which is out of 20, so he was pretty good at the game. But he's a noob in Company of Heroes 2, he says, and this is really showing that he is kind of a noob at Company of Heroes 2, because Pioneers are better at close range, Engineers are better at long range, and he got up in close with me over there on the right side, so I easily won that fight. But as we will see in this game, he's really not a noob. He's most definitely not. He does make some mistakes this game, but he's not exactly a noob. He does belong at my level, where I am, which I don't even know where I am. But whatever my level is, he belongs there. If I'm a noob, then I guess he's a noob as well, but I don't think I'm really a noob. I'm just okay. Anyways, we have a fight going on in the middle of the map. I have an MG42, which is suppressing one of his squads. Not right now, but it is going to once the squad appears from the left side. Over here at the middle VP, you can see that my Grenadier squad was losing against the Conscript squad because he has Molotovs. So he has bought Molotovs, which means a fast T70 is out of the question for my opponent. A fast T34 is out of the question. We're not going to see any real fast things from my opponent at this point since he bought Molotovs. That was a really nice rifle grenade from my Grenadier squad. By the way, we will be seeing lots and lots of nice rifle grenades this game. I don't know if they got buffed recently, but I seem to be doing really well with them in like all the games that I've played recently. Unless my opponent dodges my rifle grenade, it seems to do a lot of damage, and so we will be seeing some good ones this game. A lot of good ones. Dodge that Molotov, that's always good. For some reason, if you don't dodge a Molotov or you tell your squad to move away from where the Molotov's gonna land, and they don't actually move, they'll just stand in the fire and be like, "Ooh, it's nice and warm here." And they'll just want to be in the fire. It's kind of weird. I mean, I know what's happening. It's just that they're on fire. They're in quite a bit of stress, under quite a bit of stress right now when they're on fire. But or anyways, when they're on stress and fire, they don't like to move, and so they tend to just die like that. So dodging Molotovs is quite hard, but I try to do it. If you look at the map right now, the mini-map, you will notice that I have most of the map right now. I have quite the early game advantage here over my opponent, even though he's the Russians, and the Russians typically are supposed to have better early map control. I have successfully used my units better than he's used his units. I think one of the large reasons I have so much map control right now is because I won that fight on the right side at that victory point where it was Pioneers versus Engineers, and my opponent made the mistake of coming in close with his Engineers. I'm pretty sure that's the reason I have so much map control right now. I mean, in the middle, I did do a lot of things right. I made some of his conscript squads retreat. I also did a lot of damage to some other squads, and I did some things right in the middle, but that's not typical of me. I mean, that is typical of me. But on the right side, winning with the Pioneer squad is not typical of me. And so I think that's what really gave me a good early game advantage in this game. And as a result, perfect timing half-track, but as a result of my early game advantage, I decided to build tier 2 and go for a half-track. It appeared at the perfect time as I was explaining my early game advantage. So I built a half-track, and that was a missed Molotov. But I built my half-track, and I'm intending to put the flamethrowers on it because I had such an early game advantage that I know my opponent's not really going to have much AT yet. He bought Molotovs, and he didn't have either of the fuel points for quite a while. So I know he's not teching up. He might buy AT grenades to counter my half-track. That's really all he could do. I mean, he could build tier 2? Oh gosh, what building does the AT gun come out of? Does this... I think it's tier 2. How do I not know this? How many games have I played in this game and I don't actually know what tier it comes out of? I'm pretty sure it's tier 2. I can almost guarantee it's tier 2. But, yeah, he could build tier 2, get an AT gun, and counter my half-track that way, but the AT gun's expensive. I don't know. It's an option for him, but he'd probably go for AT grenades, quite honestly. So I will be fearing AT grenades here pretty soon. Over here on the left side, you can see that I have now forced 2 of my opponent's squads to retreat. This is the second one. The first one retreated a bit earlier. And I do give a bit of chase with my half-track here because the fact that he retreated as soon as he saw the half-track means to me that he has no support for this squad, and so I can safely chase the squad a little bit of distance, which is what I did in this case. I chased him a little bit towards his base. I did break off before I reached his base because, in all likelihood, something that retreated earlier would be standing outside his base waiting for my half-track, so I didn't want to risk losing my half-track that way. So I didn't give chase all the way to his base. But the half-track, during that chase, was also upgrading to the flamethrower, so we will have the flamethrower on it pretty soon here. We have our first Panzer Grenadier squad over here on the right side, and I am able to successfully chase off this conscript squad with the Panzer Grenadier squad because they cannot fire backwards as they are retreating away from the Panzer Grenadier squad, while the Panzer Grenadier squad can fire forwards at the conscript squad, and as a result he's taking damage, I'm not taking damage, and if he were to stop so he could shoot at me, he would be at close range with me because I would be charging into him, and he would lose that way, so he had to retreat. And then I gave chase with my flamethrower half-track because, in case you guys don't know, flamethrowers do not have a retreat modifier on them, so you do full damage even on a retreating squad. So, always, if you have the option of giving chase with 2 items, one has a flamethrower, one doesn't, always chase with the flamethrower unless you think the flamethrower thing is going to die, whatever it might be, whether it's Pioneers or a half-track or Engineers or a KV-8, whatever it might be. Obviously, if you think it's going to die if you give chase, don't give chase. But if you want to give chase and you think it'll survive, then give chase with the flamethrower because it'll do more damage to whatever is retreating. On the left here, there was a fight going on between Grenadiers and Conscripts, and I don't know who's going to win that fight. It looked more like he was going to win that fight, but we will have to find out. He is in cover, but we are at long range where I have the advantage, so we'll have to see how that goes. MG is facing the middle exit, and I'm going to move it up to his base. I want to try and do a base pin on the left side of his base here, and that's not really a smart idea. You'll see what comes of that base pin a little bit later. Flamethrower Half-Trek is over here owning this conscript squad. Here's what came with the base pin. He found my MG, and now my MG is kind of screwed because I have no anti-infantry in the middle of the map. And I kill a conscript squad with my half-track, but there's a T-70 attacking the half-track. This is not good for me. So I had an early game advantage. The half-track solidified my early game advantage, gave me huge map control, but now he has a T-70. And if you heard a noise, that's my door closing, because it sometimes doesn't close all the way, and so when the air conditioning turns on, it makes that noise. But anyways, I don't have a counter to his T-70. So I'm kind of screwed here. I have no counter to his T-70. All I have are Panzerfaust, which are, if you watched any of my T-70 videos, I've made quite a few actually, you know that Panzerfausts are not the way to counter T-70s. They do not work. So I basically have no counter to his T-70 right now. He did kill my half-track, so that was quite the loss for me. That's 120 munitions gone. Granted, it did kill quite a bit of men on my opponent's team, which... on his team, yeah. Killed a bunch of my opponent's men, and that cost him manpower. Cost him more manpower than my half-track cost, but it did cost me a lot of munitions, and as the Germans, munitions are very, very important and hard to get. It's hard to get enough of them, because all your munition abilities cost so much, and then you have to keep buying them, so... It was quite the loss for me to lose that half-track, but with my advantage in the early game, and the very early game, and I guess the mid-early game, I was able to get quite a few resources, and so I'm trying to tech up and get something to counter the T-70 right now. I have bought an AT gun, and oh, Panzerfaust range, you got in Panzerfaust range, you are gonna pay for that. I gave you that one, but I'll accept it. I'll deal with it. Rifle grenade on the conscripts, and it kills 2 men. It's not a great rifle grenade. I've definitely seen better, as have you guys already in this game. But that was a decent rifle grenade. T-70 can't give chase on the grenadier squad, so that was good, since it had a damaged engine. Most of my force right now is in the middle of the map, and I guess it kind of makes sense to do that when you are not able to counter a unit that your opponent has. What you want to do is just concentrate your forces in a certain area, keep that map control, at least a little bit of it if you can. If you can't, it's not the end of the world, because most likely before your opponent's unit came out that you can't counter, which in this case is the T-70, you hopefully got enough map control before that you were able to gather up some resources and produce a counter in a few minutes, so that you can actually counter his unit. So like I said, I have gotten the AT gun, and that is currently my only counter to the T-70. I will be taking up a bit later in this game, so that will be a good counter. Going to tier 3 or tier 4 will obviously help, because the T-70 cannot kill any vehicles from any of those tiers. I could also build a scout car and then get it Vet 2 by killing a whole bunch of infantry and give it the upgraded gun, the 20mm gun, and have it kill the T-70. That would work, because at Vet 2 it actually can win against a T-70. Unvetted, or Vet 1, it can damage a T-70, but it will not win against a T-70. At Vet 2 it actually will win, so that would be an option, but it's an unrealistic option because trying to force a Vet onto a unit is very difficult to do. Ooh, Panzer Grenadier squad, go attack that conscript squad and win, hopefully. Oh, you're gonna jump over that fence, aren't you, over here? I wanted to kill you. Ooh. Wow, no Molotovs incoming. I would have fully expected my opponent to throw a Molotov over there, but he did not. That was interesting. So now we have a shock troop squad on the field, and we actually saw it a bit earlier as well, but the fact that there's a shock troop squad on the field means that my opponent has gone with the anti-infantry route, overall. Whatever doctrine he's picked has given him shock troops, so he has picked his doctrine because they're a doctrinal unit. And it's the more anti-infantry kind of doctrine, whatever it might be. Watch this rifle grenade, then I'll continue explaining. Watch this rifle grenade. Ooh, yeah. I was hoping he would have placed the mine by the time the rifle grenade landed, and then we would have had a big explosion. But setting the flamethrower on fire, that makes sense. Combusting the flamethrower works as well. Makes it quite nice. But anyways, as I was explaining, what was I explaining? Okay, I was explaining that he's picked an anti-infantry doctrine with the shock troops, and so what that means is that he can use shock troops to counter my entire army. If you look at the top right, I have nothing that's a vehicle, unless you consider an AT gun a vehicle, but I don't because it has men who can crew it, and who can die 2 bullets. So I have no vehicles, his shock troops can counter my entire army, and so what I need to do is tech up here pretty soon. I'm not going to do it yet because I want to focus on just maintaining my current map control and defeating his army, because what I have right now can pretty much handle his current army. So I'm not going to tech up yet, but pretty soon I will have to tech up so I can counter the shock troops and I can counter the T-70 better. So teching up will come pretty soon. If you look at the top of the map, you might notice that he has all 3 VPs. That's not good for me at all, but at least he has fewer VPs remaining than I do. The pack has revealed itself. It has revealed itself many times by firing many times, so he definitely knows the pack is there, and so he will be avoiding the middle with his T-70. And that is something to take note of, because the fact that he knows it's there means that he won't be bringing his T-70 to the middle, and thus anything I bring to the middle will be safe from the T-70, more or less. I did buy 2 packs, by the way, just because I'm not very good with AT guns, so I figured having 2 would be a good thing to do, so I can make sure I kill this T-70. It does only take 3 hits to kill a T-70, whether it's from Panzerschrecks or packs, but 3 hits is hard for me to get, so I figured 2 would be a good idea to buy. I did just lose a Pioneer squad there. It was on retreat and the shock troops killed it, and this AT gun's about to get decrewed. Hopefully the Panzer Grenadiers can save the day here, plus an MG42 that is on the left of the Panzer Grenadiers. They do! But look at that Molotov coming in on my MG42. The MG42 was Vet 1 and now it is non-existent. That's not what you want to be. So I lost my MG42, it got decrewed. I lost my pack gun, which got decrewed, but as you may have noticed, before the MG42 was decrewed, the Panzer Grenadier squad, or the MG42, I don't know which one it was, killed a conscript squad, and so overall, I think he lost that engagement. It was a waste of his munitions and time to throw that Molotov. I mean, sure, you might have decrewed an AT gun and an MG42, but it's not gonna be worth the cost of a full conscript squad. So, I overall won that engagement. He pushed me back, but I won the manpower war, and sometimes winning the manpower war is the better thing to do. Molotov incoming, and these guys did not just stick in the fire. Awesome. It's not very often that they're willing to get out of the fire like that. Going back and talking about the manpower versus map control thing, in the early game like this, or the mid game like this, really, it's not the early game, there's so many VPs remaining that having more manpower and saving your manpower is better than losing your manpower to get some map control, which is what he did. So I think I overall did win that engagement. This Panzer Grenadier squad reached Vet 2. Not really significant, but Vet 2 was awesome because it makes them stronger, unlike Vet 1. MG42 makes the shock troop squad retreat, and that's really my only way of dealing with shock troops right now, is the one MG42 that I have. Not a good situation to be in. I am building tier 2, it would seem? No, 3, okay. I was just like, why are there only 3 icons at the bottom right corner of the screen? Yeah, I'm building tier 3, because I want to, like I said earlier, tech up and counter his shock troops, counter his T-70. I want to do a better job of countering what he has. Oh, that was a nice rifle grenade. Killed both of the guys in the building, eliminating the whole squad, and costing him the munitions cost for a flamethrower. Whatever it might be. 60? 70? 50? Something like that. I think it's 60. So, that was a nice rifle grenade. And oh, geez, look at what we have here. A T-70 and a T-34. So, okay, whatever I bring out a Tier 3 needs to be able to counter a T-34. And the one thing that can do it is the Panzer IV. There was a silent drum roll going on there. The Panzer IV. It's the one and only thing that can counter a T-34 at a Tier 3, so Panzer IV is what I will be building. It's what I intended to build anyways. I never build the Ostwind, I never build the Stug. I've actually built the Stug. Let me clarify that. I've actually built the Stug, I've built the Ostwind, but they sucked, and so I never build them anymore. So I build Panzer IVs at a Tier 3, and that is all. So, once I get the manpower, there will be a Panzer IV on the field. Actually, oh, it's building already. Okay, so I already got the manpower, and it is building. So Panzer IV will be on the field pretty soon here. Look at what we have here, a T-70 capturing that munitions point. Perfect! I'm going to send a Grenadier squad there to scare it away, and then behind it, in its basically its retreat path, I'm going to put a pack, and I'm going to put a Panzerschreck Grenadier squad. Panzer Grenadier squad, that is. So, I will kill this T-70. I am glad you told me where your T-70 is, and you're capturing that point and making it easy on me. And by chance, my Panzer IV is out now, so let's bring the Panzer IV over here to help kill the T-70, just in case the pack and the Panzerschrecks are not enough to do it. Hopefully we'll get a Panzerfaust off here on the T-70, but nope, he notices, so no Panzerfaust for me, but at least I've scared it off, so that's good. And now the Grenadier Squad can capture the point, but the T-70 is not running away. Okay, Grenadier Squad. I wanted to scare him with the Grenadier Squad, but I also wanted to capture the point. I needed the munitions, so I decided to capture the munitions point rather than killing the T-70. I figured the T-70 wouldn't be too much of a threat later on in the game, because I'm going to have Panzer IVs later on in the game. T-34 appears to have gone charging in on whatever I had here. I don't know what he saw and wanted to charge up to, but he charged up to something, and he immediately regretted that decision. Because there's a pack, there's a Panzer IV, there's two Panzerschrecks over there. T-34 will not survive. I'm amazed he even got out of there alive. He really shouldn't have, but he did. T-70's killing off that Grenadier Squad. I have to retreat it. Panzer Grenadier Squad has to retreat, back up the AT gun so it doesn't get decrewed by anything here. Oh, kill that conscript squad. Kill it, Panzer IV. You must kill it. Panzer IV is not able to kill it. It just has to shoot at the other squads. Panzer Grenadier Squad, go kill this conscript squad. Prevent it from retreating. Make him do squats behind you. Oh, that looks funny. The conscript squad does die, so that is awesome. I believe it was Vet 2, so that's a pretty big blow to my opponent. Vet 2 squads are nice to have. Obviously not as nice as Vet 3, but Vet 2 takes a lot to get, and it still makes them a much stronger squad. Vet 3 conscript squad here. It's not retreating. Oh, it would be so nice to kill it with the Panzer IV, so let's do that. Bring my Panzer Grenadiers in as well to hit the conscripts on their retreat. Oh, kill the squad. I'm not able to do it. I have to retreat my Panzer Grenadiers because the T-70 is shooting at them. The T-70 that was supposed to be running away back to base quite a while ago. A Katyusha appears to be firing into the middle of the map. How amazing. But no, it appears to be firing into the middle of the map, and that is an indication that he has gone Tier 4, obviously, because that's where you get the Katyusha. And the fact that he's gone Tier 4 means that we can expect an Su-85 at some point in this game, especially because I bought a Panzer IV, and an Su-85 is very deadly to tanks. Look at that critical on this Grenadier squad. Oh, it had better survive. It's a Vet 3 squad. I do not want to lose that. That flamethrower just killed two guys in that squad instantly and took the third guy down to no health, practically. Like 1 hit point remaining. I got lucky there with the squad surviving on retreat, because with the flamethrowers doing the same amount of damage on a retreating squad as they do on a normal squad, and the fact that flamethrowers do a ton of damage, that was very close to. I was very close to losing that squad. I am amazed that I survived it. I guess it makes up for the fact that it did lose 2 men instantly as soon as the flamethrower opened up. So I got unlucky with the first 2 men, but then the last man got really lucky. So I guess it makes up. The RNG makes up for its flaws, I guess. Katyusha did decrew my mortar, so that is not good. Mortar was quite useful to have, but I will not be recruiting it because I didn't actually even notice that it got decrewed. MG42 here, he did throw a grenade at my MG42, but it's a useless grenade because it kills one guy. If the MG42 men are not bunched up, don't waste a grenade. You're going to kill one guy. It's not worth the cost of a grenade. It's really not. A Vet 3 conscript squad versus 2 Panzer Grenadier squads, one squad that has 2 Panzer Shreks. Who is going to win? The conscript squad definitely lost that. You might be Vet 3 and I might be at Vet 0 on both squads, but Vet is not that good. It's good, but it's not that good. So, Panzer 4 on the right side is fully healed. There was a tank over here that my opponent had. I don't know what it was, but it was some tank, and I brought my Panzer Shrek Panzer Grenadier squad over here to deal with that tank, as well as my pack to deal with that tank, but I don't know what it was. It might have been the T-34 from earlier. Katyusha is firing again, doesn't really do anything, misses all my my whole army. This engineer squad must die. Oh, hello, T-70. Pack, reface yourself. Fire the T-70. Engineer squad is down and even dropped a flamethrower. Oh, yeah. But I'm not going to pick it up with the Panzer Grenadier squad. Panzer Grenadier squads are better without flamethrowers. So don't give them flamethrowers if you're going to be using them at close range, which is where you should be using them. Something should pick up that flamethrower, though, but I don't have anything to pick it up. I do have 2 Grenadier squads and a Pioneer squad, but none of them can really easily go pick it up. So I don't end up picking it up, at least yet. I did charge in with this Panzer IV, you might have noticed. Maybe, just a slight chance you would have noticed. And as you can see, it looks like it was a stupid decision, and it was a stupid decision. My thinking was the only thing here was a weak 270 because the Panzer Shreks hit it, but I was clearly wrong. Luckily, somehow, amazingly, my Panzer IV survives against the T-34, but you may notice a bit of purple smoke or red smoke appearing on the screen right now, and you may also remember that his conscripts have AT grenades, and so my Panzer IV is dead. Losing a Panzer IV for a T-34 is not worth it. However, losing a Panzer IV for a T-34 in a bombing strike, the munitions cost on that is very high, is worth it. So I would say that was a win for me in terms of munitions. It was a loss for me in terms of fuel. I don't actually know which one costs more in manpower, a T-34 or a Panzer IV. I don't know. But it was overall a win for me because that cost him a lot of munitions just to kill that Panzer IV. He really wasted the munitions because he could have thrown an AT grenade and killed it, but heck, if you want to waste munitions, I will accept that gladly. What else? Looking at the minimap, I have most of the map. I have the right VP, I have the middle VP. I'm about to go and take some left points. Sniper on the field. But as I was saying, I have most of the map, so this is good. It's going well for me. I do have fewer VPs remaining right now, but I'm okay with it because I am most definitely winning in map control right now. This shock troop squad is not going to survive, not at all. So you should just retreat, guy. You should hit that T key. Just hit T. That's all you gotta do. There you go. Snipers open fire. Back up my Grenadier squad, and am I gonna do it yet? I'm not gonna do it yet. Wait till you see how I kill this sniper. It's awesome. It's nothing truly amazing, but it's very awesome anyways. Katyusha is firing. Okay, here we go. Panzer IV coming forward because I know that any vehicles he has over here are damaged, so let's go chasing after these vehicles. And oh, hello there, sniper. First shot kills one of the men, and can I kill the other guy? There he goes. Oh, yeah. I bet my opponent didn't even notice that his sniper was being charged by a Panzer IV. So, oh, yeah. That's how I killed the sniper. I got pretty lucky there. The sniper happened to be there at the same time the Panzer IV was coming over there, so I like it. It was lucky, but I will gladly take it, because I don't want to have to deal with the sniper. Something is over here, some vehicle, and that's an ISU-152. So that is a super tank my opponent has. At this point in the game, I thought that was actually an SU-85 from Tier 4, because we saw Tier 4, we saw a Katyusha that my opponent built, so he has definitely gone Tier 4, so I thought it was an SU-85, but it was an ISU-152, and I severely underestimated the ISU-152. It might be the only good super tank in this game. Maybe with T-34-85s as well, those are pretty good as well. But the ISU-152 is a very good tank and should not be underestimated. I underestimated it in this game, and wait till you see just how much I underestimated it and ended up taking losses from it as a result. Upgrading one of my half-tracks, my only half-track rather, with a flamethrower, because I built another one, and I have so many munitions that I figured I might as well spend them. In the early game, munitions are hard to come by as the Germans, but not so much in the late game, which is what we're at this point. I was winning this fight over here, perfect rifle grenade, and no, how could you not kill both men, you rifle grenade? You were supposed to. That would have been such a nice rifle grenade on that squad, because they were standing practically next to each other, and they were on the same side of a piece of cover, the hay bale in that case. It would have been a perfect rifle grenade, but it wasn't because it just didn't kill that last guy. That would have been a Vet 3 squad my opponent lost as well, so it really would have been nice, but sadly it wasn't. In the middle, we have a huge push by my opponent and his infantry, as well as his ISU-152, which I am not yet aware is over there. It appears there's also an SU-85 over there in his road entrance point for this map, towards the middle. So, that's there. You can see it at the top of the screen. I assume that's an SU-85. It actually kind of looks like a 152 now. Nope, that's an 85. I'm pretty sure that's an 85. So, he has an SU-85 and an ISU-152. So I have a lot to deal with here. He has killed my half-track. Half-track was completely useless, other than reinforcing an AT gun, I believe, if even that much. Now this Panzer Grenadier squad needs to retreat. I'm not about to lose a Vet 2 Panzer Grenadier squad just to go chasing down to T-70 that it probably won't even kill. One of my AT guns is decrewed, still. Panzer IV is going to go after the T-70 and hopefully kill it. There is more Katyusha rocket artillery firing at me. Oh, the T-70 is light, but is low on health. Let's go ahead and chase it. Kill it. It must die. Unless there's an ISU-152 protecting it, in which case, no, it must not die quite yet. It is Vet 3. It'd be nice to kill. Oh, it looks like I'm going to kill it. I will. Oh, yes. T-70 is dead. Vet 3 T-70 is dead. So that's a pretty big blow to my opponent. I have a Vet 3 Grenadier squad. It's my only Vet 3 unit, but I have quite a few other vetted units, so that's good. Vet 3 units are always nice to see. Oh, SU-85. Let's back up that Panzer IV. At the time of playing this game, as I was backing this up, I was thinking to myself, I should have gone and charged forward. I should have circled the SU-85 and killed it that way, rather than backing up. Because watch this. He's able to just chase me right into my base. There's not really much I can do about it. I can bring Panzerfaust, not Panzerfaust, Panzer Shreks, but it's not going to be enough. Bundle grenade, what's it do? Oh yeah, that turned that fight around very quickly. Oh yeah, I will gladly take that win. The SU-85 that was chasing my Panzer IV, by the way, has not chased me all the way into my base. He was smart enough not to do that, because he figured there might be something in my base waiting for him to bring his SU-85. So he was smart like that. He's not the noob that he thinks he is. Looking at the minimap, I have lost all 3 victory points, and I have also lost quite a bit of map control here. So that's not good, but at the same time, I still have a lot of my forces still alive. He's lost quite a few of his forces, and a large bulk of his resources have been spent on the ISU-152 and the SU-85, so I think overall this is looking good for me, because having 2 anti-tank tanks, basically tank destroyers, is not really going to help him against my 1 Panzer IV. That's all I have that he could really kill with an SU-85 and an ISU-152. At least that's my thinking at this point in the game. I mean, I was underestimating the ISU 152. Wait till you see how much I was underestimating it. I was completely wrong in my thinking. But I was thinking that at this point, like, your ISU 152 and your SU 85 are not going to help you at this point in the game. So you can kill my Panzer IV, but that's really about it. So I am taking back some map control because I figured my infantry has pretty much free reign. You're not going to be able to kill my infantry with those two units, and your other units are dying on you because I'm killing them. So yeah, you should be ready to lose, guy. Lost a Panzer Grenadier squad. That was stupidly unlucky. Two Katyusha rockets just hit them and killed them. MG42 might actually get out of there alive. He's not giving chase. That's amazing. Is he going to get out of there alive? Is he going to pin the conscript squad? It very well might. He is not charging, but he's also in green cover, so no, I will not be pinning the squad. Panzer IV, move up and kill the squad. Get him out of green cover at least. Do it. Yes. He had to retreat. Perfect. He's out of green cover. I do have all 3 victory points right now, so I'm counting down my opponent's victory points. You might notice that I'm at 80, so he's getting to the point where he's just like, I need to focus on victory points, I need to make his points count down, and just win that way. And so you'll also notice that I am protecting my victory points as well as I can. I have a Vet 3 LMG-42 Grenadier squad on the right VP, as you can see here, and that is pretty much unbeatable by any single infantry unit my opponent might bring to attack me at the right VP. So the right VP is safe from everything except a T-70 or a T-34 or an ISE 152, which I did not realize at this time. So it's pretty safe, because he doesn't even have a T-70 anymore, and I killed his T-34. So in the middle, as you can see, I'm also protecting that one. On the left side, I did lose that victory point. However, having the right 2 is good enough, because I only need 2 to stop my opponent's, to stop my VPs from counting down. But as you can see, I do decide to go to the left one and capture the point anyways, because if I can count down his VPs faster, that means I won't have to deal with his skill as long in this game, and I can win faster. And I sure would like to win. That was an amazingly good bombing strike. I was not expecting it to be that good, but it was just very good. He killed my Panzer IV, he killed my MG42, I believe entirely, not just decrewed it, but actually fully killed the thing. Or maybe not, it looks like it might be sitting there, or else that's the mortar that I never recrewed. One of the two. But yeah, that was a good bombing strike, so well done. That was not a waste of munitions like it was on the previous Panzer IV that you killed. SU-85 is here, getting Panzer Schrecked. I do not have any packs crewed at this time. Both of my packs have been decrewed. I have built another Panzer IV, as you may see, and I did not realize the SU-152 had such a good killing ability on this Panzer IV. So I bring it over here to this SU-85 and try to circle it, but as you may notice, the SU-152 can fire at it, and so the Panzer IV is now dead. So here I go chasing the ISU-152 with a double vet Panzer Grenadier squad with 2 Shreks. It's now vet 3, and watch what happens to this guy. To these guys, rather. Absolutely nothing. I was wrong. Okay, later we'll see what happens to these guys. I thought that something was going to happen, but nothing happened, actually. So you'll get to see that later. On the right side here, you can see I'm still successfully defending. Defended off 1 squad, and now here comes a flamethrower conscript squad. I decided to pick the leftmost doctrine that I have out of my 3 doctrines because it gives me the Tiger. At this point, I want the Tiger. Tiger's not very good, as you have seen in my last 2 videos in Company of Heroes 2, but I do want it at this point because it might be the savior that I need, just like the King Tiger is in Company of Heroes 1. It's not very good, but it might save you, because it's intimidating. So, I picked the doctrine. I won't actually say it yet. You'll see. No, I'll go ahead and say it. I don't actually ever buy the Tiger this game. I never even use 1 single ability in this doctrine. I picked it and I never used it, sadly. But anyways, taking a doctrine was totally useless this game. So, actually, oh, I might be totally wrong about that. Oh, okay. I might be wrong. Okay, just ignore what I said. I might be wrong about that. I may have used one ability. Um, ISU 152 just owned that Grenadier squad. Panzer Shreks are owning the SU-85. Oh, wow. So here is where I realized, oh, the ISU 152 was a force to be reckoned with. Okay. That's not what I wanted to hear, but okay. So I have to deal with the ISU 152 somehow. It's good against tanks, it's good against infantry. Its one and only downside is it doesn't have a turret. So how can I take advantage of that fact that it doesn't have a turret? The only way to do that is to flank it. You have to attack it from the side, and then circle it with a tank or some infantry squad, and that's the way to kill it. I am attacking the leftmost VP now. I'm trying to get all three of them so I can count down my opponent's VPs faster. He's sitting at 96 right now, which, if I take all three VPs, will count down rather quickly. So, I want all three VPs, but as you may notice on the right side of the minimap, he's taken the rightmost VP. So, I will not be getting all three VPs. However, I will still have two, because I'll have the middle one and the left one. So, getting the left one in this case was a good thing. Katyusha's firing again, and a bombing strike incoming, but this one I am able to dodge successfully, and it totally misses. Although it does look quite nice. It has a huge explosion. Explosion. So now I send two squads over to the right side, one that's anti-infantry, one that's anti-tank, with the two Panzer Shreks, or at least one Panzer Shrek, because they dropped one, I believe. One of my squads dropped one. And so, I will be once again attacking all three VPs. I do have more map control than he has right now, if you look at the mini-map. I keep trying to talk faster than I actually can talk. But I do have most of the map right now, so I'm confident that I can get all three VPs and just count down his VPs and win that way. I'm confident I can do it. So I'm trying hard to just have all three VPs and win that way. I'm getting greedy, but it should pay off. Because he doesn't seem to be able to really take any two VPs for any extended period of time. So this Panzer IV on the left side was getting shot up by the ISU 152, and guess what? It dies. So I send in my Panzer Grenadiers with Panzer Shreks, new Panzer Shreks at that, brand new, working like normal, hopefully. They haven't been tested yet, they just appeared in the middle of nowhere. But the squad ends up losing 2 men there. I do look away because I still haven't learned my lesson about the 152. It's good against infantry. And so, one more shot, and the whole squad is dead. I just wasted 120 munitions on that squad, plus 360 manpower. That was not worth the loss at all. I did nothing with that squad. So, that was not good for me. I once again underestimated the 152. It is such a good super tank. I guess super tank destroyer is what it would be, actually. So, at this point, you might notice my army's running a bit low on units, just the raw number of units right now, and it's hurting me. It is definitely hurting me. However, my opponent does not have much of an army either, and so while he might be attacking all 3 VPs right now, I am able to attack 2 of them, the middle one and the left one, hopefully. We'll see how this left one goes. I brought 2 Panzer Shrek squads in hopes that I could defeat the 152 if it was still here, but it's not here, and there's only a penal battalion squad, which is an interesting choice by my opponent. I don't know why he built it, no idea, but glad he did, because it's pretty much useless at this point in the game. Katyusha is firing on the left VP, but it's not firing on the whole VP, so I move my Panzer Grenadier squad over here to the left side and capture it that way. So I will have 2 VPs, I'll have the left one and the middle one, and at this point I'm realizing, okay, I need to focus on 2 VPs, not all 3, but just 2, and hold them as tight as I can, so that they can't slip out of my hands. And so that's what I'm going to do. Building an MG42 in the bunker in the middle VP, because I do want something to pin any infantry that show up. These two infantry squads my opponent has are so doomed. Oh, kill that squad. Kill that Vet 2 shock troop squad. Kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it. No, it's getting away. It got away. Okay, so that Vet 2 shock troop squad got away, and that's actually not good for me at all. I mean, while it might cost a lot to reinforce it, it's not as much as it would cost to buy brand new. What is this scout car doing? Or this half-track, whatever it might be. What is it doing? I have no idea. No idea what my opponent decided to do there. But anyways, I killed it. He lost 3 men out of that squad that was in it, so that's good for me. He's losing manpower. Katyusha firing on the middle VP, but I have nothing left over there. I do have the left VP, and now I have to protect it with this Vet 3 squad. Forward structure under attack, that's the bunker. My opponent has 50 points remaining, 49, 48. I have 58, so I am winning right now. I also have 2 VPs, he has 1. This is looking good so far. It looks like we might actually win this game, which I think we can, because I have a better force than he has. He has an SU-85 and an ISU-152, but that alone will not win him the game. I definitely have more infantry than he has. So I just needed to deal with his tanks and I'll be good to go. Left side, who's going to win this fight? Looks like I will win this because I have a Vet 3 LMG-42 squad on the left side, so should make easy meat of that Penal Battalion squad. That was a satchel, and I barely dodged that satchel. I ended up having to retreat. I didn't want to retreat there, but I had to retreat to dodge that satchel. It sucked. Yeah, I really should have... I not should have stayed there, but I wish I could have stayed there, because having that Panzerschreck squad over there would have helped a lot in protecting that leftmost VP. Look at what's charging over here. It was coming to the leftmost VP, but it's not anymore. So, it's now going to the middle, and this is what I could have protected the left VP from, but I'm not able to, because that one squad had to retreat. The 152 is on the left VP. It's not good for me at all. Oh, look at that. Perfect rifle grenade. Perfect rifle grenade. But they move. I hate that when they move. So he has the left VP, he has the right VP, I have the middle VP, he's attacking the middle one. What I need to do right now is go after the right VP and the left VP at the same time and try to take them before I run out of VPs, which shouldn't be too quickly because I have 57, 56 remaining, which is quite a few. But I just need to go after them, take them. If I'm lucky, I'll get all three VPs, and then I'll be able to win that way, because he has only 26 points remaining, which will go away in no time with all 3 VPs against him. I accidentally retreated that Grenadier squad, and that really hurt me this game. It really hurt me right now, because what happened was I tried to click on that one-man Panzer Grenadier squad, and the squad died as soon as I clicked. And so I clicked, and then I hit T, and the click didn't register, so I retreated the Grenadier squad, and so I figured I might as well reinforce them while they're at the base. But it would have been nice to not retreat them. Oh, that Katyusha is dead. Oh, what was he doing with that? I don't know what he was doing with that. Bundle grenade. Oh yeah, that's a nice bundle grenade. But there's also a nice Molotov, which sucked for me. Oh, and shock troops must retreat. Can't go for the left VP. At least get the right one, hopefully. This is really getting close. The VPs won't stop ticking. They're just not stopping ticking. I need to get the VPs. I need to get at least 2 of them and stop the tick. Oh, hello there, Penal Battalion. Bundle nade. Does quite a bit of damage, but not enough. Oh, it's not enough. So this is not good. I lost the fight on the left VP, lost the fight on the right VP, and in the middle, he's attacking with an ISU-152. This is not good. Oh, kill that Vet 3 squad. Kill it, 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 kill it. Kill the Vet 3 squad. It must die. Kill it. No, my Panzer Grenadier squad died instead. I don't even know what it died to. Maybe the conscript squad. ISU 152 has killed the bunker in the middle. He really wants that middle VP. However, the ISU 152 has a damaged engine, and the pack is firing at it, and I'm bringing up the pack to kill it, hopefully. These guys are too close for a rifle grenade, but kill the squad over there. It's so low on health. No, it gets away as well. ISU 152, damaged main gun, and now it's dead. T-70 comes behind my pack, interestingly enough. It's an odd choice by my opponent, but okay. Kind of makes sense as well. So, this is not looking good at this point. I have 16 VPs remaining. I have to get the left VP or the right VP. I'm losing the middle one as well, which is obviously not good. This is not going well. 2 T-70s are going to own this Grenadier squad, guaranteed. Panzerfaust out. There we go, retreat. It's a Vet 3 squad. Oh, retreat animation is bugged, but they're retreating. Oh no, oh, that hurt so badly. Oh, I tried to dodge it. I even dodged it in time, but the squad wouldn't listen, and they died, almost. They got away, luckily, because that's a Vet 3 squad. It would have been terrible to lose them, but at the same time I have 11 VPs remaining. This needs to slow down. The VPs need to stop ticking. So I have decapped the left VP, I have capped the middle VP, or kept it rather. So VPs are not counting down anymore, but now they are, because he took the left VP. This is not good. This is not good at all. He has 26 VPs remaining. I have 6 remaining. One of us needs to win this, and it needs to be me. Oh boy. This is not going too well right now. Can this Panzer Grenadier squad capture the left one? Bundle grenade by any chance? No. Yes. Bundle grenade. Right side. Can't afford a bundle grenade. 3 VPs remaining. I have lost. I have lost this game. This is not how I wanted it to end. Wow. So I lost that game, obviously. And that was pretty close. As we will see, once I go back to the battlefield, we will actually see that I could have won this game if 2 conditions, well, either one condition or the other condition. Okay, here are the conditions. Condition 1, I hadn't reinforced the Grenadier squads at my base. I had just sent them out to the left and right BP and had them do whatever they could do. If I had done that, I could have won, because I could have captured them with their assistance. The assistance of the Grenadier squads. Grenadier squads, that is. Can't talk. Option number 2, if the game had lasted longer. Simply another minute, and I could have won, because the Grenadier squads would have made it to the VPs, and I would have been able to hold the VPs against my opponent's squads. Because he does not have very much right now. He has very little. I mean, he has this one squad on the left, but that's about to die. Obviously, I have a much powerful force on the left side here. In the middle, he has a T-70, a Vet 3 conscript squad, which is not too great because it doesn't have Pepeshkas. On the right side, a penal battalion squad that's about to die. At his base, a single penal battalion squad, no upgrades, no vet. It would have died to my Panzer Grenadiers and my Grenadiers. So, I totally could have won this if it had lasted a minute longer, or if I had brought these 2 squads sitting in my base to the side VPs, the left and the right VPs. So, yeah. That's a game I shouldn't have lost, but I did lose. Because I made the mistake of reinforcing 2 Grenadier squads. It's amazing how how one button press can change a game, right? Because that's how this one went. Anyways, the VPs just wouldn't stop taking long enough. Anyways, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye, guys. And that's exactly what I'm doing here. I'm coming to flank the MG, and I am successful. He exits the building, and look at this. Am I gonna kill the MG? That would be awesome. And I do it. I do kill the MG.